Good evening. I call this public meeting of the North Clackamas School District Board of Directors to order on Thursday, September 11th at 6:31 p.m. September 15th to October 15th is Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month. We encourage all residents to honor the diversity of the Hispanic and Latino communities and celebrate the many ways they contribute to our nation and our society. I would like to remind our community that the purpose of our board meetings is to conduct the business of the district first and for everyone to learn about the district in a safe and productive manner. There are no community comments signed up to provide comments this evening, so we will move on to the native land acknowledgement. So we will begin with the native land acknowledgement tonight. Director Tam Trang will read the acknowledgement this evening.
We acknowledge the land on which we sit and which we call the North Clackamas School District rests on the traditional and indigenous lands and village sites of the native peoples of the Kalapuya, Chinook, Molalla, and the Clackamas. We take this opportunity to offer gratitude for the ability to learn, work, and be a community on this land, and we offer thanks to the original caretakers of this region. We recognize the historic policies of colonization, genocide, relocation, and assimilation that affected Indigenous and Native families, both past and present, and that will affect those in the future, and honor the resilience and revitalization of our Indigenous and Native communities. We pay our respects to the elders, both past and present, who have been the stewards of this land throughout the generations.
Thank you. Board members, please stand, and Director Olson, will you lead the Pledge of Allegiance for us this evening?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry, I wasn't turned on. And next in the board packet, you will find the consent agenda for this evening's meeting. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Wachter, second.
It has been properly moved by Director McVeigh and seconded by Director Wachter. I will call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor, aye.
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 All those opposed? Excellent. The motion passes with a vote of 7-0. Thank you. And next on the agenda is the superintendent's report. I welcome Superintendent Shay James.
Thank you. Good evening. All right. You can go ahead and move through. So this year you'll see that our theme is connectedness. And if you watched Convocation, you saw that I got to connect with students over board games, and that was a lot of fun for me. We're staying connected through relationship, care, learning, and et cetera, in all the ways. So we'll be keeping that as our focus with students at the center. So you see here on our board students, and then we will start spelling out words from there. Since the launch of our new strategic plan, we have emphasized courage to uphold and focus on our core values and our strategic points. So this year we'll continue on that path with focusing on those things, but then we will also be adding a focus on our specific goals underneath each of our strategic points. So here you see that we have student experience and success. And the second bullet down, Donna, if you can go ahead and push it again. There you go. The one in blue is what we will be focusing on this year around learning goals for our students' experience and success. And that doesn't mean that we won't be looking at all of the other bullets, but this will be where we'll coalesce across our system. Here, you'll see the same thing, looking at people and culture. And if you go ahead and hit it again, you'll see where we're focusing in terms of recruitment and hiring and retaining employees under people and culture. So this will be our focal area across our system for this strategic point. looking at our family and community collaboration, you can see here the third bullet down is where we will be focusing across our system here under the strategic point. And resources and services, our second bullet down with our methods of communication. And we've already started that with Volsera and some of the other communication methods that we are working on. And really we'll be looking at feedback loops and data around each of these 4 goal areas under our strategic points. So we're excited to take this on. So this year, we were fortunate enough to receive summer learning grant of $1 million. And this was due to other school districts declining the money. And we were first on the wait list. And so we had the opportunity to say that we were interested in the $1 million to be able to run our summer school. We did braid funding so that we were able to have impact at all 3 levels, so elementary, middle, and high school, around summer programming, and that included literacy resources and mental health services. And I want to say, while we are ecstatic to have had the summer funding, and that was really important to our families, it makes it difficult to plan for summer funding every year, as we don't know if we're going to receive it again next year. So when these grants came out, we were under the impression that they were for 3 years once you got it, but we now know that that is not necessarily the case. So we cannot necessarily plan to have summer school again next year, but we're hopeful and grateful for the opportunity to have served our families this summer. One of my favorite classrooms to visit in the summer is around kinder exploration, and we are happy that we were able to offer that again, given some of the worries with federal funding. We had a kinder exploration at each one of our schools and 2 classrooms at our Title I schools. And we really engaged in personal invites to families for kinder exploration, particularly for students who needed targeted literacy supports. And so that was great. And then we offered each of our teachers resources, as you see in the picture, this year to support inclusionary practices. So if you're able to join next summer, that would be a great place to get in there and see our kids as they're walking in for the first time and doing their wiggles. It's pretty fun when Dr. Dibley and I get to go to that. Our focus remains on integration of strategies in each of the areas to ensure the modes and delivery of teaching and learning are varied and responsive to students' learning needs under our student and experience success. And this also aligns with our high 5 strategies and inclusive practices. And so this is our focus instructionally in our team engaging with our instructional leaders. And as you all know, we are very proud of our preschool program here, and I know that you all are as well. We are now in our 4th year of preschool. It feels hard to believe that it's been 4 years. And we know that we have a model program here. And what's great is our preschool program is also supporting our elementary literacy goals and is going to continue helping us reach the literacy goals. So our data at the end of this past year showed a 13% proficiency increase for all 2nd graders and a 10% increase for our students of color, which is pretty significant. We'll be coming back this fall to go more in depth about what we did, how we did it, and what that looked like so that you can see the data a little bit further. This year for CARE, we opened over 8 locations smoothly with about 630 K-5 students. We're relatively flat in comparison to last year for students on the wait list. So this year we have 4 less students on the wait list, so not a great deal, but flat in terms of that. And our operations team is continuing to explore a plan that we can expand CARE for the future. So we are continuing to look at that so that you know that's something that's cost effective for us. We opened the school year with only 2 vacant CARE professional positions, which is great. 4 of our 8 CARE sites opened this year without turnover. So that was something that was new for us this year that was really exciting. And this is just to talk a little bit about our 21st Century Grant. We were grateful that the federal funds for the 21st Century Grant were released on July 21st. We weren't sure if that was going to happen after all of the uncertainty, and we were able to receive our full allocation for 21st Century. We don't have confirmation of what that will look like in the future, but while we have it, we're happy to serve our students, and you can see the number of students and the amount of hours that are being serviced out of our 21st Century programs. Enrollment is up from the close of last year, with our most recent numbers continuing at a little over 17,000. So that's good when we know that there's a lot of school districts across our state that are losing enrollment. So we're heading in the right direction, and we want to continue to head in the right direction there. And then here you can see our hires for the 25-26 school year. Our HR team is amazing and what they are able to do. As you look at our numbers here, that's for licensed, classified, and for administration as well. I think we saw probably the least amount of movement this year in terms of our hiring. So again, that's great. Some of you probably know about our community fair that we've recently had put on by our Student and Family Services Department. And the fair was attended by over 400 students and families, so that was really great. In addition to the fair, our Student and Family Services Department has had a laser focus on Student Wellness Alliance. So this summer, the Student Wellness Alliance united K-12 counselors, social workers, engagement specialists, McKinney-Vento team, school psychologists, and all of the groups to strengthen collaboration and advance student health and well-being for this year. So that was something that was new, and we welcomed our former school board member, Libra Ford, as a keynote speaker, and so that was great. This department continues to grow the wheel of supports for students across our system, as you see, and we'll have to get you a little bit of a bigger one so that you can see all the services that they're trying to align to make sure that are in place for our students. Oh, there's the wheel turning. I didn't even know that. Dr. Williams Rodriguez, a little surprise there. Yes. So our Nutrition Services Department has been working hard to ensure that our students have nutritious meals. And you can see that our facilities has ensured that our schools were ready to welcome back students. And so a lot of work that has happened over the summer. And you have also heard that we are piloting vapor sensors in the bathrooms at Milwaukee High School this year. So we're excited to do that. Our team at Milwaukee has worked hard on that. And we look forward to coming back and reporting to you all of how that has, what happens with that and what that looks like for moving forward. And our business department continues to rock and roll and receive the certification of excellence in financial reporting. I don't know how many years, but I know that we have won this every year that I have been here in this district since 2016. So it makes us really proud of the work that is happening, and we're grateful to our business department for keeping us in good standing. So thank you. And another department winning awards. And so we were one of 6 districts to be honored for our podcast nationwide this year, but we're the only district to win the national award for our podcast for 3 straight years in a row. So we have some pretty outstanding things that are happening in this department. And really, this is just a fraction of what our communications department does, but it makes us proud of the work. So thank you. And last but not least, we have some new administrators that have joined us this evening that I wanted to make sure that you're able to put a face with the name at the schools. And we're glad that that these new administrators have chosen us. That I have said they actively either wanted to stay at North Clackamas School District to be an administrator or have come to us from a new, and we're just grateful, and they are already hitting the ground running. And so we have a fun little video that was put together by our award-winning communications team. As they do, I think they outdid themselves this year, and so we'll play the video, and then I'll have our administrators stand up and introduce themselves and tell you where they're located.
Woo-wee! Are you in the market for a brand new administrator?
hopefully.
Woo-wee! Are you in the market for a brand new administrator who will drive your school department into instant success? Or perhaps you've been around the block a few times looking for a classic model that will steer you into the right direction. Well, come on down to Crazy Curtis's Leadership Lot, where we've got positive culture creators coming out the carburetors. And instructional leadership never runs out of gas. Are you tired of other school districts telling you they have the most polished lot of instructional leaders? Well, the chance of that being true is the same as the APR on all our inventory. 0. We got cars and leaders that other districts only wish they had in their inventory, like this top-of-the-line model. Maybe just needs a little body work. Do you like the feel of a convertible with the wind blowing through your ear on a nice summer day? Well, this one has Windows Always Down technology. See? And what about for those colder winter months? Well, this baby has Windows Always Close technology. How about a black body with oddly placed yellow trim? We got those. How about a car that already has graffiti on it? We've got you covered. You can get new leaders from other school districts who just hand over the keys.
Well, that's just misleading, Crazy Curtis.
Well, that's right. Here at Crazy Curtis's Car Lot, we only hire leaders that embrace our district's 5 core values: equity, relationships, integrity, empowerment, and care. And comfy, ergonomically designed leather seats.
That's not a core value.
Take this model that just arrived. She's just starting off her administrative career, so there's a low mileage guarantee. It's new principal at View Acres Elementary. It's Andrea Bryant. And over here's another new administrator power steering her way into a school's main office for the first time. Word is you can program the in-car navigation system to English or Spanish as she heads to Rex Putnam High. We've got Jen Martin. And they're not the only NCSD employees shifting gears into a first-time administrator role. Check out the deal we got on this one. We can't believe we were able to secure this deal for you, as Katia Ruiz Lara rolls into the year as the assistant principal at Lat Whitcomb Elementary. Looking for something with a sunroof? This Jessica sure was. Jessica's son, get it?
Will now drive to facilities and operations this year
As a principal on special assignment. Now, here at Crazy Curtis's Leadership Lot, some of our satisfied customers have traded in one administrative role for what's sure to be another smooth ride in a different role.
I can't believe the deal Crazy Curtis got me.
That's Rock Creek Middle School principal Lisa Daly, who hit the brakes as the school's interim principal last year and now officially shifts into the role full-time in 2025. Well, speaking of Rock Creek, that's where a brand new administrator to our district is hitting the brakes to call home. In fact, you'll call him home too. That's because it's Jonathan Home, new Rock Creek assistant principal.
Other dealers, they said no. Crazy Curtis said yes! Yay!
Well, actually, I can't take credit for that, Ryan Richardson. That was Superintendent Shay James who said yes to you becoming the executive director of multiple pathways in athletics. And just like you thought it would be impossible for us to replace something like this, you also probably thought it was impossible to replace Ryan as the district's Associate Director of Secondary Programs. Well, we say it's never Kim-possible. We've got Kim Kellogg in the driver's seat for that role starting this fall. And when it comes to stories like that, here at Crazy Curtis's, we've got even more, as in Moreno. This is the always efficient, always classy Aaron Moreno, who also removes the interim tag this year as the permanent principal of Lat Whitcomb Elementary. It's also why we parked these two gems right next to each other on the lot. Check out these perfectly polished brand new board members, Samantha Tamtrag and April Olson. They each traded in any extra free time and shifted into high gear as official members of our board this past July. Well, here at Crazy Curtis's Leadership Lot, you can't go 2 feet without finding satisfied customers just like this guy.
It's not starting.
It'll start. Just jiggle the key a little bit.
No.
It'll start. Oh, it'll work. Another satisfied customer. We're located right off of Freeman Way in beautiful Milwaukee. Street, where there's plenty of parking. Just give us a secret knock on this random door around the side, give us an undisclosed amount of money in an envelope, and we'll give you your keys. Just kidding, we don't have any keys. Just the greatest collection of new and road-tested administrators in the entire country. Come on down to Crazy Curtis's Administrative Lobby. We've got new administrators and some administrators who are switching roles this year.
Gosh, I like them all. I think I'm going to add this one to my collection.
Hey, wait a minute, where's she going? Come back here.
The cars and accessories offered in this commercial are in no way intended for round trips lasting any longer than 2 minutes. All prices MSRP. Tax, tags, and destination charges extra. Also getting extra time at their current schools are Michelle Harrison and Blythe Duffield, assistant principals at Nelson High School and Rowell Middle School, respectively. Certain blackout periods may apply. No customers were harmed in the making of this video, including Brian Chittard and John Brooks, who will both spend parts of the upcoming school year as administrators at Saban Schellenberg. A special welcome to the new principal of Milwaukee High School, Louis Mayer. Because of the difference in stress tolerance from individual to individual, please consult your doctor before making any final purchasing decisions. Use only as directed. Not responsible for any personal items left in car, especially if previously owned by Crazy Curtis. Avoid direct contact with eyes and skin. If rash develops, discontinue use. Keep hands and feet inside cars at all times. Void where prohibited.
I was listening to them talking about filming this, and they were on a lot, and every time the people would come, they would move to a different space. So it was pretty fun, I can imagine, while they were doing that. So thank you to our communications team. I'm going to ask our new administrators to please stand, and if you can introduce yourselves and where you are located as well. So why don't we start with Jonathan? Great. Yeah, go for it. And Andrea, can you share about your grandfather and View Acres?
So way back when, in 1964-65, my grandfather was the superintendent of the Concord School District. He was at Concord Elementary, and he was the superintendent for Concord Elementary. I believe either the original Oak Grove, and was also in charge of the building of View Acres Elementary.
So, full circle. Yeah.
I'm Jen Martin, assistant principal at Clackamas High School.
So thank you. And Louis Mayer would be here, but he is at a board meeting for MA, Academy of the Arts, at Milwaukee, and wasn't done until 7. So he probably will not make it in time, but wanted to be here. And I wanted to say thank you before I open it up to questions for the board. We know that you've had a long night. You're welcome to stay, but you are also welcome to leave after this so that you feel comfortable to do so. We know you have a long day tomorrow as well. So I just want to open it up for any questions that you have.
All right, thank you. Directors, do we have any questions or comments? Director McVeigh.
On the 21st grant, does that just pay for this year, reimburse for last year, or does it take us to our 5th year?
For what I understand right now, that we are good for last year and this year,
Okay.
but I don't know beyond that
Okay.
what it will look like.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, any other directors yet? Director Wachter?
Just because I probably looked the other direction when the slide was on. Fantastic report, but the enrollment number is up to what percent increase did we reach this school year?
Yes, and Michelle and I were just looking at that. Was it about 60?
Yeah, it was last year, I think at October 1st last year, it was 17,091. So now it's 55, so that's.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do my own math. Thank you.
We
Thanks, Michelle.
What I can tell you is you'll get more in-depth numbers when we do our classroom reports at the first board meeting in October as well. So we'll have them firmed up. These are just loose numbers right now.
All right, are there any other comments or questions? I just had a real quick question just about the Vocera rollout and how, and I know that we'll probably get something more in detail later, but just wondering just how that rollout is going.
I can, if you want to move to the microphone, I will say that from a staff perspective, I've heard nothing but positive things about it. It's definitely a learning curve for us, but it's been, we've had lots of support and really great training. And so besides laughing when it's going off sometimes when we don't know why, you know, we kind of laugh, but it's been good from our staff
Okay,
perspective.
excellent.
Sure, thank you for the question. So we have launched by first doing a district training with district staff and staff who are in our emergency response protocols. And then we are working with Stryker, who's the company that does Vocera, to do all of the back end networking, making sure everything's clean and ready for our school rollout, which will be mid-October. So we're on track, we're getting everything moving forward, and we're doing well. And we have also learned that it can give you warm fuzzies if you're having a bad day.
I love it. Wonderful. All right. That's what we like to hear. All right. Are there any other questions or comments before we move on? And thank you so much for the report. And as always, Curtis and team and the communications team, just thank you for the creativity and the laughter. And I saw this at Convocation at Milwaukee High School, I don't know, back at the end of August. And it got quite a few chuckles throughout the time. So it's always creative and always wonderful to see what you come up with. Yeah, yeah. And Ryan, I think you might have missed your calling. I think we have some actors in the midst and they didn't even know it. All right. Well, thank you for that. Thank you so much. On board reports, so this is our time to just share with our community and our listeners here just what we have been up to within the school district and around the state. So we will start with Director Dobson.
I'm going to pass on the board reports today.
All right. Okay. And Director Kemp?
Unfortunately, I've been away for quite some time and don't have anything to report, but now that I'm back, I'm looking forward to getting more involved in some of the things that I've missed.
All right. Thank you. Director McVeigh?
Nothing to add except that we had the first benefits committee for this board to know. Headline is healthcare costs have risen, but through Michelle and Matt's leadership in planning and forecasting, they anticipated that. And as of now, there won't be a big impact to budget. But had we not had that planning and forecasting back when the budget was prepared, we'd be in trouble. And I think we're going to continue to see as healthcare has challenges, continue rises year over year. So I anticipate a big one next year also.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Director Olson?
Nothing new to report since the last meeting.
All right. Okay. Thank you. And Director Tamtrang?
Nothing new to report.
Okay. And Director Wachter?
We got our fourth child off to start her junior year at high school, so that's great. Other than that, I did visit the Mount Scott Elementary PTO meeting today and popped in on them. They elected new officers. I saw a really great working model of parents and teachers really united to help our students win, and the kinds of fundraisers that they're planning are pretty amazing. Just happened to be there, but there was a concern around crosswalks, so I'm going to talk to Teresa probably, and just, that's what happens when you visit a PTO. You probably walk away with something to think about, and I'd love to chat with you maybe after the meeting if we could. But Principal Green, amazing person, and what a great school community that PTO is supporting.
All right, thank you. And as I mentioned earlier, I did go to the convocation. Rowan Milwaukee High School had a joint convocation meeting together at Milwaukee High School, so I was able to attend that. I also met with the Eco Schools Network. They are a group of leaders and parents that talk about sustainability and shrinking the environmental footprint of our schools. They're active in North Clackamas and want to become more active. I was able to meet with them. I also attended an OSBA policy webinar. There's a lot of policy changes coming. And it's good to hear it from from the legal side of what does it mean and when do these things have to be in place. So that was really interesting. And I also attended the benefit meeting. And I also want to say that when they talk about benefits, not only are we concerned about cost, which we need to be, absolutely. But I love how focused they are on the experience of our employees. Is it easy to use? Can they figure it out? Do they know it's there? Do they know they can use this benefit for that? I just think that that is really shows real integrity, that not only are we fiscally responsible, but we want to make sure that our benefits are utilized and that people understand how to use them and that they're meaningful and that they make a difference to all of our employees and to their families. So I just need to say hats off to everybody who puts in a lot of work in making sure that the benefits support our staff and that they can actually be there when our staff needs them and they understand how to use them. I think that's really important. So thank you for that. All right, and next on our agenda is a declaration of actual potential or perceived conflict of interest, and this is no longer necessary. So we will move on to the quarterly financial report. So next on the agenda is Matt McCara. So I welcome our Executive Director of Finance and Business Services with our quarterly financial report.
Good evening, Board. Tonight, I would like to share some highlights from the financial report for the quarter ending June 30, 2025. This is the final quarter of the 2024-25 fiscal year. I should point out that the numbers are preliminary and may change pending the final audit. The projected ending fund balance is approximately $86.6 million, or 24% of general fund revenue. Forecasted revenue is expected to exceed the budget by $11.7 million, primarily from the state school fund, which is expected to surpass the initial budget by a net amount of $6.6 million, as well as higher than budgeted returns from sources such as the local option levy, interest from investments, and the high-cost disability reimbursement. The forecast for total expenditures is anticipated to finish under budget by $2.3 million, with decreases primarily in the following categories. Salaries and benefits are expected to come in at approximately $14.3 million under budget, but this is partially offset by increases in purchase services of $2.8 million. I should note that that includes the cost of substitutes, as well as supplies and materials, which have been increased by $2.5 million. Transfers out have been increased by $6.5 million for the purpose of building additional PERS reserves, as well as the acquisition of the Wichita Center and improvements to that facility. Finally, as part of the financial report, you have the investment reports showing the type of investment, maturity date, and the fund in which the investments are held. The district continues to maintain adequate cash flow to meet our needs. I would be happy to answer any questions should there be any.
Thank you. Directors, do you have any questions or comments about this quarterly financial report? All right, thank you. So next on the agenda is Budget Committee vacancies, and I again welcome Executive Director of Finance and Business Services, Matt McCara.
Thank you. Tonight, I bring forward an action item for the board to individually declare Budget Committee positions 9 and 12 vacant. After that, the board may reappoint the previous Budget Committee members to those positions if so desired.
All right, thank you. And just a note for our board directors that both of these budget members were appointed in 2022 and have just completed their first term serving on our budget committee. So we just want to make sure that everyone is aware. So is there a motion to declare budget position 9 vacant?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Wachter, second.
So it's been properly moved by Director McVeigh and seconded by Director Wachter. Any discussion? I call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes with a vote of 7-0. So now, is there a motion to, we can do one of two things. We can reappoint Angeline Hill. That would be her second term on the Budget Committee, or we can proceed with an application for a Budget Committee position. So we need a motion to do one of those two things.
Chair, can I make a motion to reappoint Angeline Hill to position 9?
Is there a second?
Second.
Excellent. It's been properly moved by Director Wachter and seconded by Director Dobson. Is there any discussion? So again, we are reappointing. We're voting to reappoint Angeline Hill to position 9. I'll call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes with a vote of 7-0. Angeline Hill has been reappointed to Budget Committee position 9. Is there a motion to declare Budget Committee position 12 vacant?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved by Director McVeigh and seconded by Director Dobson. I will call for a vote on the motion. Again, we're voting to declare the Budget Committee position 12 vacant. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes with a vote of 7-0. So again, we are tasked with either reappointing Nicole Woodfill or proceeding with an application for Budget Committee position 12. Is there a motion to either reappoint Nicole or to move to proceed with an application process?
Chair, I move that we reappoint Nicole Woodfill to position 12.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved by Director Dobson and seconded by Director Olson that we reappoint Nicole Woodfill. So I call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes with a vote of 7-0. Nicole Woodfill has been reappointed to Budget Committee position 12. Donna, you will inform both of the Budget Committee members. All right, thank you so much. And Vice Chair McVeigh.
All right. So OSBA is seeking nominations for candidates to serve on their Legislative Policy Committee. Gina has expressed an interest in serving on the LPC and is seeking a nomination. Is there a motion to nominate Gina Benaloga as a candidate for the Oregon School Board Association Legislative Policy Committee position, Clackamas Region?
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Chair Benaloga to the OSBA Legislative Policy Committee. Yeah.
You're still on, right?
Is there a second?
Yeah, I am.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. I'll call all in favor.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations.
Well, I have big heart and shoes to fill of Mitzi Bauer, who has left the LPC committee. So I am thrilled to have the possibility of representing North Clackamas. So this evening we are done this evening, and hopefully everyone has had a wonderful start to their school year. We welcome all of our students and families back into the buildings and back into the fold. So I want to leave you with a quote from Juan Felipe Herrera, and I don't say it anywhere as beautiful as Dr. Dibley, but I'm trying. He is an American poet, a performer, a writer, a cartoonist, a teacher, and an activist. He was the 21st United States Poet Laureate from 2015 to 2017. And on June 11th, 2016, Juan Felipe Herrera was awarded an honorary doctorate from Oregon State University. And I leave with you a quote from him. Yes, I am the first Latino poet laureate in the United States, but I am also here for everyone and from everyone. My voice is made by everyone's voices. So go on and use your voice to advocate and for yourself, for our community, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of September. We will see you in a couple of weeks. So we are adjourned. It is now 7:11 p.m. and this public meeting of the North Clackamas School District Board of Directors is adjourned. Have a good evening.